So India win the third T20I and take a 2-1 lead in the five-match series. It was comfortable, but it was closer than they would have liked. And there are a few takeaways, positive and negative, that we can highlight. Let's get into them. From a positive, Washington Sundar is really having a good series, and that's an important series for him personally, having played just 2 IPL games. And after the announcement of Ravindra Jadeja India, it almost felt like we're waiting for an off-spin all-rounder to come good. And given how he's been in and out of the side, he's had his issues with injuries. It seemed like Washington had lost confidence with his bowling, and we're not quite sure what his stronger skill set is. It's good to see Washi actually have 3 solid games with the ball. In spite of it not turning much, he's been accurate, he's varied his pace, and it looks like he's going to keep himself in contention, especially when India pick a full strength side next. Now, the other takeaway, interestingly, here is how India are using the reserve players they have and how they've actually taken some decisions in this game, the first game of this series, which saw the World Cup squad members available for selection. We thought that Jaiswal, Samson, and Dube would certainly make the 11. Otherwise, what's the point of naming them in this squad? And they did. However, I was a little confused on India going with 4 openers at 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, Abhishek Sharma had 100 in the last game, and he's been demoted to number 3. Jaiswal and Gill opened in this one, and they had a steady enough contribution. Gill actually registered a half century. He had 2 misses in the first 2 games. But Ruturaj Gaikwad ended up coming in the 10th or 11th over, batting at number 4. He played well, make no mistake, but it's just not necessarily the ideal situation for a Ruturaj Gaikwad to come in. You don't end up utilizing your resources as well when you play 4 openers. And it may have come off today, but India ended with 180 score when they should easily have got in excess of 200, especially with what they left in reserves. Shivam Dube didn't even get a bat. Rinku Singh just came in for the last couple of balls. And Sanju Samson is making his name as a top 4 batter in the IPL. You'd think India would want to at least apply their personnel with the same role clarity that they have in the IPL. To have Gaikwad at 4, when I certainly thought he'd be competing for a top 2 at worst, top 3 spot only. Then have Samson effectively batting at 5 as a finisher. Dube not even coming in. It seemed a little confusing. It's a one-off game, but you ideally want good habits to seek in. And there are people who pay the price for this. Riyan Parag ideally should be in this 11. You've let him out after having just 1 hit with the bat, and he's a multi-skilled player. He misses out, and you have a Gaikwad batting at 4. It just didn't make sense. If you wanted to keep a player or a keeper to bat in the middle order, then you should give Jorel a longer run instead of Sanju Samson. But Samson certainly commands his place back in the 11 once he's available. It's something that India need to look at. Against better opposition, they could find themselves caught, especially because Gill and Gaikwad both play a similar template, and India are looking to have a slightly different tempo. And this generation was the one that gave us the confidence that will perhaps play that way. We'll wait to see if Gaikwad keeps his place. Maybe the consideration was he got a score in the last game. It would be harsh to leave him out. But India need to be a little ruthless in these series. If you don't make those calls here, then when will you? We may not even see Riyan Parag again in the series. And this was a great opportunity for him to actually come in the 10th, 11th over and add some off spin in the second innings, because the team India picked saw Abhishek Sharma and Shivam Dube having to make up 4 overs of the 5th bowler, and they conceded 50. So just a few takeaways on the negative front, even though India managed to win this and win this comfortably, which they're expected to in Zimbabwe.